I think it's going to rain today. And I was thinking I might not be out here a lot because of it, but it hasn't started yet. And I've got a little extra gravel and pile over here. And I'd like to pull some of it up over here. In fact, I might like to pull some. I think I had a high spot right in here up and just sort of gravel this part over here. Yesterday I did something else and I didn't make a video of. Of course, I burned the burn pile, but I also put my trailer down here in the woods. I wanted it to be in an out-of-the-way place, and I had been putting it in down there, but it's kind of hard to back it in and make that turn. So I had a spot over here that didn't need but a couple of trees. I was kind of originally thinking about setting the camper here, but now that I've got it over there, I think I'll just run a wire and some water down to it, and I might even hook up a little thing from my black tank down there. So this is a good spot for the trailer to be out of the way. It's a nice little place to park a car if you want to. I was thinking it'd be nice to pull some gravel up here a little bit. I may want to do some more work down there with the tractor, but I've got those trees down there that still need to be cut up and got rid of. Bobby's talking about maybe using some of them to haul to the sawmill and getting some lumber made out of them. So I told him he's welcome to them. So yeah, I'm gonna move this baby out of the way and get the tractor, and we'll just move a little gravel around, see how that looks. Oh, what a lovely day. I love it here. I love it, love it, love it, love it. I got a new carburetor to go on this Ford. This carburetor that's on here tends to leak gas if you leave the gas line cut on. So every time I crank it, I have to climb up under the gas tank and open that top on that gas line. Which isn't too much of a bother, but I noticed one day I've been running it a goodly bit and it seemed like it was leaking. Well, I guess I left the thing open. My other lawnmower, my John Deere, started leaking gas the other day too. Now, about 8 years ago, I took that John Deere carburetor apart and it was broken inside. And the pin that holds the float was cracked, literally. And I thought then I ought to buy a new carburetor, but I never did. I stuck the old one back together and it worked. So yesterday I noticed it leaking gas and I thought, well, that crack might have cracked some more. Went online, you know, I bought a new one for like 22 bucks. So I figured, well, heck, almost, it's when they're as cheap as that, kind of makes sense. Just go ahead and put a new one on it, you know, rather than messing around with the old one anymore. So it's sort of the same way with this tractor. This tractor, the carburetor for it wasn't very expensive. So yeah, and Rusty Acres sent me a email the other day. He's gathering up parts for Bobby's Ford tractor that he gave him. He's got the grill for it and seed and some other parts, you know. So yes, he's been real nice helping Bobby. You know, he gave me this tractor and he was being awful nice when he gave it to me. I kind of wanted one that I could just start using right away and not really so much one that I could fix up. So I hope it didn't make it seem like I didn't appreciate that he gave me that one, because I turned around and gave it to Bobby. But Bobby didn't have one, and you know, I could afford to buy one and buy one that was running and start using it, which I wanted to do because I wanted to get that carport put in. And I thought, well, I'm not, you know, it seems kind of unfair for me to have two and for Bobby not to have one, so I gave him that one. I asked Rusty just to make sure he wouldn't mind, because, you know, sometimes people get offended. You never know. Somebody might get offended, you know. They give you something and expect you to keep it easy. That's like Micah. He gave me them penguins, pelicans, pink flamingos years ago. Man, I love them pink flamingos. I messaged them this morning because I can't ever remember who gave me what. People have given me different things at different times down through the years, but I messaged them and asked him, you gave me them, didn't you? And he said, yeah, I did. And I said, man, I sure do appreciate them things. I admire them. Almost every time I see them, I admire them. So anyway, let's see how she's going to crank today. She acted a little funny. Cranked it the other day, but I think that has to do with that carburetor. I'm going to put that new one I got on there one of these days. Sure am. choke. Swing that blade around. So it's going the other direction. I need that chain today. I'm using that to drag trees the other day. This blade's gotten a lot easier to turn after I've used it a few times, you know, and swung it back and forth. Put some oil on it. I'll turn this way and scoop up some gravel here and drag it out that way. I'm gonna handle on that blade a little bit too. We'll see about that. I don't think y'all sitting very well back there. I noticed it kind of fell over sideways, but you can tell when I go to pull this gravel and you hear the tires spinning, what they're doing is, you know, this gravel will, you can spin your tires in the gravel because you don't get traction like it's doing right now. It's just rolling that gravel under the tires. That just shows you how much I've got up here, and I really don't need that much up here to do what I'm doing. So it's good to pull it over here. I might push it a little bit over in there too, but what I'm doing now is just dragging it over here, and I get it right here, and I start slowly lifting the blade. That way it kind of spreads it. What I'll do after I get a bunch over here is I'll just drag. I'll run the tractor across it backwards and, you know, push it sort of into place. But this is a pretty good way to do it, I think. And you can tell we got actually plenty of gravel out here in the middle. I left it piled up kind of high on purpose because I knew I was going to want to have a little bit more to spread around once I got things where I wanted them to be. Oh, the joy. I could take this bit right on out in the woods there with me. Maybe I will. And then later I'll turn around backwards and push it down in here. Go too far there. I think I'm probably going to set y'all somewhere where you can watch. Maybe I'll set you right over here on one of these tree stumps. That might be about as good a place as any. Actually, it's a pretty good spot right over here, I believe. Stay out of trouble. Stretch your legs out and get you up a little higher too. Might give you a better view, I don't know. If y'all saw what I just did or not, I hope you did, because it was kind of cool. You know, yesterday I burned a big burn pile and I had a huge pile of ash down there, and I thought I would drag it off over here, kind of use it for filler, because I'm trying to fill up a little kind of a road, you know, place where I can go around back there. I keep my tractor implements and stuff back there, and when I drug my plow over that burn pile, it burst into flames, because what will happen a lot of times under a big pile of ash is there's stuff up there that hadn't gotten any oxygen, and it won't be burned, and when it hits the air it just flames right up. Well, that's what happened. So I was driving along, a big pile of smoke and flame behind the tractor. I thought, boy, it looks kind of like a tractor burnout. I hope I get this on video, which probably didn't. Y'all probably couldn't see it for the pile of gravel there, but it was still cool. So I'm kind of getting close-ish to what I want here. You know, I've got a little parking spot here. If I wanted to put a car out here, it's kind of behind these trees, so if you look down from the road you don't really see it. And then I got my trailer in the woods where you don't see it, and I pushed a little gravel back in there. Wasn't trying to do too much for that, but there's a really nice level spot back here. You know, one of the things on my list, and of course my list seems to be never ending, but one of the things on my list would be a kind of a little cabin house, banjo shop sort of thing, and I'm thinking, well, I might use that building, but I might also just build a little place somewhere, and actually right over in that area right there where it's sort of level would kind of be a good place for one, and it would be closer up to here, you know, for, you know, when you're making a banjo shop, you want to have an area where you look kind of like here. I do my place to do your woodworking, because that place is going to get filled up with sawdust. But then you might want another place to display your banjo, like a little storefront looking banjo cabin kind of thing, place to sit and play the banjo. And you know, if I turn that into the woodworking shop and use this over here for like a little in the woods cabin with a little front porch on it, place to sit and play the banjo, that'd be kind of fun, you know. So I never know what I'm going to do, but that's something I could do if I wanted to, and kind of interesting and fun to think about. There's another spot like this right up there where that grassy spot in the woods there. There's another little level spot like that. So it never did start raining yet, but it keeps on looking like it's gonna. I'm gonna reverse the blade. I drug some of I got some big stones, or I had some big stones right down in there, leading down toward the back building. I drug some of them up in here. I'm gonna reverse my blade and come down through here another couple of times and drag some of that out in there. Yeah, all for fun. And I still got a little pile left here for Honey Babe was using some of that for gardening and stuff yesterday, so it's probably good just to keep a little pile somewhere. You never know when you might need some gravel. Oh, the joy.